Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up.
What is going on, crypto fam? How are you guys doing today? We did have some volatility in the market. I'm sure you guys saw that, but we did bounce off a major trend line that we did actually look at on this show before. In the last crash, we'll say flash crash that we had, it's the same trend line that we actually honored again today. So we'll take a look at that when we get on the charts. Unfortunately, still waiting. FD might be here today. He might not. He did say he had some family stuff going on. So he is working his way over. Hopefully he can get here before the show ends. But with that being said, if you guys are new here, this is the Crypto Nightcap, and we're doing this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get over to the chat. I'm going to say what's up to you guys here. I see you guys are flowing already. I appreciate you for being in here. We got my man Alexo Crypto in here. He said second. And I don't know who was first. I got to be honest, Alex. I don't see anyone but you. So what's up, dude? Crypto Chef, go, go, go. You know it, man. We got a intro song that just slaps. So loving that song. And you guys get on the outro as well. Username's in here. What's up, brother? How are you? All set. My man, Harp with the go, 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 you know. And he was asking me, how did the football game go? So if you guys don't know, I do coach football with my son. And we are now 1-0, baby. Let's go. So they put it on them this Friday night. Friday Night Lights, baby. It was cool. It was cool. We got Jesse in the chat. What's up, brother? How are you? Hope all is well. He said, we want the music. You got it, man. You got it. And not only that, you got it on time. So there you go. Alexandra G's in the house. Best mod around. You know it. We love her a long time. My SoCal lady. Rolling down here. See who else we got in the chat. Sorry if I skipped some of the convo. I just want to give the shout outs before we get this party started. All said, if I didn't get you, what up? Wick's wife. Fine. 8 and 9. She did make it. I was wondering that new time. I didn't know if that was gonna do you in or not. So glad to see you. I'm so happy you guys are able to make it. So let's keep it going here. Buck, he said, what's up to everybody? He said evening. And Andrea. Oh, lots of familiar fam. You know it. I tell you what, this is like the core group that I pretty much see in a lot of the chats. So it's pretty cool. It is one big happy family. It just seems to kind of bounce around. You guys are awesome, supporting all of the content creators. Much love. And you know that we all truly appreciate you. All right. So first up, we're going to go ahead and start it off with our new segment here. You guys know what's coming. It is the Daily Degen. So go ahead and throw some suggestions, we'll say, in the chat. You know what time it is. Let's do it. All right. So first up, we are starting off with Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Okay. I do want you to see this trend line that I was talking about It did get a nice little bounce off of that. I know I saw a message from Alex at one point throughout the day. I don't even know if it was on Discord, if it was on X or where it was, but he's like, bounce incoming. Yep, we got the bounce, man. So I don't know if he was looking at this same trend line or if he was looking at this horizontal level as well. But yeah, I was kind of looking for a bounce there. And we sure enough got it. And it did wick down as far as about 94.3, but we've had a nice recovery. And that is what you want to see. You're honoring the uptrend and you're getting buy-in pressure continuing on as we go through this trend. So yeah, did we wick down under it? Yeah, but did we really close underneath of it? No. So all is not lost. We can keep this trend going. We are here on the Heikinashi. So let me go to the chat real quick, see if you guys threw anything in there. And I am looking. The Daily Degen, you guys know it. I heard it's a place for sharks with freaking laser beams. Yes.
Sharks with freaking laser
there it is,
beams
man.
attached
It's been a
to
long
their
time
heads.
coming. I haven't played that for you in a while, but you got it. All right. So looking through, all right, I don't see much in the chat here in terms of what we can look at as a Degen token. What did he say? Oh, he said whiff? Or no? WWF 89, maybe I was old. All right. Cool. Let's stick with it. We're going to stick with Bitcoin. We'll just go 50x or 50x. You guys know the game here. We're looking at it. Let's go ahead and look at how many votes we got. We've got 15, and you guys are still bullish per the norm. Alex O throwing in a late JASMY. We got sync. Anyone want to second that? Want to go for some JASMY? BABYDOGE. I see that in there as well. Let me see. Is BABYDOGE? BABYDOGE is on here. Jeez. It's up 39% in 24 hours. Let's see, looking through JASMY. There's 2 for JASMY. Let's roll with it. Let's do JASMY. I did have a play on that. I don't know, probably about a week ago. And really, all I was doing was looking at JASMY. And I was like, it didn't move. Everything else did. Might as well jump on it. Let's see here. Let's see, Bitcoin, JASMY. Let's pull it up. Oh, it's empty with my man FD. I need to put like a little picture there. I gotta put his picture so we have him there in memory. Sorry. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, there ain't nothing I can do about that. We'll have to roll with it. All right. So looking at JASMY here, and it had a nice dipset do along with everything else, but it looks like it's moving. It's got some upside momentum right now coming off of that, and it's getting over top of VWAP. Especially on the 15-minute. Let's go a little lower time frame. On the 5-minute, you are getting up. It looks like maybe a little bit of horizontal resistance, but I mean, it ain't nothing too crazy. I think there's an opportunity that I can make a small move here, especially being over VWAP on the 15-minute, just trying to look for any horizontal levels. I think the bigger horizontal level is actually a little bit higher up. And you guys are looking at going long. You guys are going long. Oh, good. Let's do it. That's what you guys want. You know, it's minimal TA. It's a Degen segment. We just wing it. You guys just happen to win a lot. Crazy. Gonna have to take you guys out to dinner at some point. See me at a Bitcoin conference. You know what? If I see you at Bitcoin conference and you are one of those that partake, hit me up. I will get you a drink. Do it. All right. 50x. Success. All right. Let's do it. Let me see. Make sure that went in. Did that? Come on, JASMY. Try this again. I'm going to have like 2 trades open. Watch. What did I just... I'm going to have to go back and look at that because... I'm trying to look at my available... No, it's all there. All right. We're all good. It's a small trade. All good. Small trade. Let's see what happens. It's in there. All right, let's go over to the news. We'll start with that. And first up, let me make sure that everything is set up here for you guys so you can hear it. And here we go. Actually, that is not going to work. Give me 1 second here. Let me add a source for you guys real quick so you can actually hear it because it's no fun not to hear it, is it? Here we go. I got it.
We live in a time where $1 out of every $4 has been printed in the last 5 years. We are actively debasing our currency. And at the same time, Bitcoin has, into its design, programmed scarcity. You can never have more than a certain amount of Bitcoin. And so the dollar is depreciating, Bitcoin is appreciating. We live in a time where...
So there it is. We have had this discussion a couple times, man. You have that element of scarcity. And yeah, the dollar is depreciating while Bitcoin is appreciating. You know, there was a lot of people for a long time that did say it was a hedge against inflation. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it has, we'll say, it has actually exceeded inflation in a sense, right? Where the dollar has not. So that is a good argument for Bitcoin, at least to have some exposure to it, right? I'm not saying like you got to go all in. Had you gone all in a couple years ago, you'd be looking pretty. But that being said, even if you would have bought the all-time high, if you would have bought 69K, you're still well into the positive, right? So it has been a good investment. Even if you go back to 2021, it has been a great investment. And that is in comparison to the dollar, obviously, which has done really nothing but lose value. Because if you look at it now, it costs more to buy things than even it did in 2021. If you're looking at, you know, just getting groceries or going out to a restaurant or your insurance or any of those things, it all costs more. So you need something that is kind of keeping with that inflation. And really, Bitcoin is one of the few things that's actually done that. So it's a really good pitch if somebody is trying to give you the argument for Bitcoin. All right, next up here, we got MicroStrategy buys another 21,550 Bitcoin worth $2.1 billion. That happened this morning, and then subsequently, guess what happened? We had a little dumps-a-doo, I like to say. A little flash crash all the way down to that area, or that trend line that we kind of talked about a little bit, and we will look at that in more detail when we get over to the chart. But hey, here nor there, this man is still buying, and his conviction is crazy high. And, you know, I would expect, like, he's not going to be making these purchases unless, like, there's a little more substance behind it, right? He's a pretty smart dude, pretty wealthy, but I don't think he likes wasting his money either. I would imagine, right? I don't think you're just going to blindly buy. There's got to be something that is driving him to continue to purchase Bitcoin at these levels. I would imagine he's got to know something, because you're not going to just throw billions of dollars into an asset blindly. So something for you guys to think about. I do think there's still an opportunity as long as we hold this trend line that I've been talking about. As long as we hold that, I still think there's an opportunity for continuation to the upside. The trend is your friend till the end. We've talked about that. There's trends within trends, and the larger trend, we're still up and right. The smaller trend, I'll say medium time frame, we're still up and right. So the only thing that you could really argue is that on a smaller time frame, we may have started a reversal. That, you know, and again, that's a smaller time frame. That still has to work its way up, okay? Because when you look at it, there's a lot of things on the chart that would kind of still be contradicting to that thought process. All right, let me go ahead and clear that out and get that off. You guys, you know what? Let's go over the chat. Let's see what you guys got going on in the chat today. We don't have FD over here, so we don't have the banner going back and forth, which I miss already. I got to be honest with you. But, you know, let's check out the chat. See what you guys got going on here. So let's scroll down a little bit here. Let's see. Hey, by the way, Retro Mike Tech, saw your little post on X about a retro game with a retro token. You tell me where to sign up, bro. One, I love retro games. Two, anything you're a part of, I'm down with. Just letting you know. Got that live. Here we go. All right. So what else did I see here? Going down. I think I saw something from Alex saying, "Bring my clubs." You know it, man. We're gonna get busy at the Bitcoin conference playing some golf, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Looking forward to that. Alexandra G, she knows the dips-a-do. That's what's up. Let's see. Scrolling down. Somebody said Hawk Tua getting a bounce. I don't know. Is it, man? I was listening to some videos today about that. And it was, I can't remember, is like Coinzilla or something Zilla. Something along a dude that basically, he just like hunts scams for crypto projects, you guys can put it in the chat here. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. But he got on a space with I think her name's Haliey Welch, if I remember correctly, and then a couple of like the founders and basically the mouth of it, and it did not sound good, man. Like, this dude was so far out to lunch. Like, when he was talking, he was abrasive. Like, he was basically talking down about the people that invested in the project. And I was like, that is nothing I would want to be a part of. And it's really sad to see that she actually, was a part of it. And she was even dropping some F-bombs here and there. And I was like, oh, that's changing my outlook on you, man. Like, I thought, like, one, she got famous for something really ridiculous, but I've seen a couple of videos where, like, she was actually pretty generous in giving, and she got soft spot for animals and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, maybe she's not such a bad person, at least. I don't know, man. I think you guys, if you did invest in it, you're a little bit crazy. I'm not really sure what you guys were thinking was going to happen, but it didn't play out all that well. All right, let's see here. Scrolling down. See what we got. What's better, Donkey Kong or Mortal Kombat? That's tough, man. Those are two big pieces of my childhood. I got to be honest. Donkey Kong's like El Original, man. That's been around, from what, the 80s? Maybe, has it been longer than that? Donkey Kong's been around for a minute, dude. So I was playing that back in the day. I remember it being at my buddy's, I think it was his grandma's house. She had a house out in Bethany Beach, out near in Delaware, and she had one in the living room. Man, we played that for hours. And then Mortal Kombat, obviously, when that came out, I was a little bit older at that point. But man, two big staples of my childhood. Man, I'm gonna have to go for me in terms of where I was at in my life. I'm going to go with Mortal Kombat, man. Just because it was like that new, like, cooler thing. It was pushing the envelope. It was edgy with the finishing moves. That was new, man. You got to think where we're at now in comparison to where we were back then. Like, think about how censored TVs were, the radio, like, all of that was very censored. And that game was like cutting edge. So yeah, I'm gonna go Mortal Kombat, man. It may not, probably the unpopular opinion, but I still love retro games. I don't know if I consider Mortal Kombat retro, but here nor there. Let's see. Very sad, TradeFly. Yeah, you're talking about Haliey. It is what it is, man. Let's see. All right, let's keep this going. We got to bring up, well, I would say our third member of the show, but I'm all by myself. So I'll bring up my partner here, Mr. Elmer Fudd. All right, just in, $813 million were liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 60 minutes. So it's the second time in a very short amount of time, I'd say in about a week or so, we've had a lot of volatility. We've had these little so-called flash crashes where, we're losing an area of support, and then what you see is a cascading effect of liquidation. So what this is, in my mind, is people are getting in late. Okay, so people are getting in late, and when they do, they have, if they go high leverage, all right, they're kind of stuck in where that liquidity gets placed, right? So think about it. You're going in, late. The liquidity can only go so low unless you go low leverage. And then you can kind of place it underneath some major support level. So that is why, when I'm actually trading, I do like to take that into account. I don't typically like to trade with high leverage because I like my leverage to exceed very significant areas of support and resistance when I'm playing with leverage, right? Because that changes the game for you. So again, I think that's part of this, right? So a lot of people coming in, it's a bullish sentiment. So a lot of people are taking long positions, right? And then Bitcoin goes up over 100K again, and they're probably getting euphoric and excited. And then, there's a sell-off. And that's not surprising for me to see that part of it, especially when liquidity starts stacking up. And if we were looking at the liquidation heat map, there was some liquidity stacking up, I think around 95K or so. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. But again, you got to be very, very careful, especially when you're using any kind of leverage. And we talk about that. We talk about stop losses. So that's something you guys always should consider as you're making these trades, because rule number one, protect your capital, right? So make sure you guys are doing that. And then let's go ahead and get into our market update. Market update, we are sitting at a score of 78 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which is in the greed column. And it is trending down right now. So that's based on it's just kind of pulling back. So we had that euphoria again going over 100K. We were in extreme greed, and now we're starting to pull back a little bit with this little pullback. So this is kind of based on the overall cryptocurrencies. Alts are taking a hit. They didn't take a hit last time. This time they did. All right. So looking a little bit different than the last time that the price pulled back. But what we got to be careful of now is that we don't start really setting ourselves up for a series of lower highs and lower lows, right? So we'll look at that and see if that's something we're seeing on the chart, because that's a consideration, man. Because like I said, it starts small, it'll get medium and bigger, and then by the time you know it, you're in a downtrend. So keep an eye on it. Definitely always want to keep, your situational awareness kind of high when it comes to, things of that nature, right? Just looking at the trends within the trends. All right. So let's go over to crypto quant. All right. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but it sounds good. Quantitative, I don't know. Crypto quant, maybe. All right. A couple things I want to look at here. Exchange net flow. All right. This has changed because this was green before. So I'm looking at that now. You can see it's kind of negative, right? You got the sad face here. And then you got the long-term holders movement. All right. That's not looking good. And then realizing profit is not looking good. All right. So people are actually realizing profit. All right. So you have to take that into consideration, that people that are in profit, which a lot of people are right now, a lot of people are, I would say, without looking at anything on chain, that the majority of people that are investing in Bitcoin are in substantial profit. Right. Because think about it, 2021 was really the high, or the all-time high back then. So if people held from that point and then all the way back up, I'm just trying to think about it, but I'm going to say that the majority of people investing in Bitcoin are in profit. So, the name of the game for a lot of people is an investment, okay? Not everybody got into Bitcoin for the whole decentralized aspect of it, getting away from the dollar, being a rebel, not being part of the big institutions, even though the big institutions are now investing in Bitcoin. Understand that they're strictly investing. So it's not weird to see people take that profits or realize those gains. It's not weird at all. And you guys got to think about that. And we've kind of talked about that a little bit on the show too, is that when Bitcoin gets up over $100, and I think I talked about this a little bit last time, is just think about it from someone that's just walking up to it. Think about it from their perspective. Are they more likely to buy at 100,000, or are they more likely to sell at 100,000? And if you take that simple thought process, that's when you start dabbling into the psychology of the market. And you're like, okay, well, this may not be the time to take a heavy long position at 100K. One, we're at an area of resistance. Two, the sentiment is more likely to sell than to buy. Those are things that you have to think of. And you want it to get over that 100K mark, and you want it to find, support over top of 100K. We can't keep playing the game of like, now you see me, now you don't. Like, you got to get up over that, and you want to see kind of a trend coming up and right, then it pulls back, it bounces off that level, and then we see that continuation up and right. Okay, now you start talking about, okay, are we taking a long position from there? Right now, it's kind of a scary deal unless you caught the trend line that I've been talking about, and we're getting there. We're almost there. If you would have caught that trend line, or if you're looking at the channel that we've talked about for a pretty long time here on the channel as well, then you're talking about, all right, you have an opportunity to take those position, that long position, right? And I tell you guys all the time, like, it does not hurt to have an entry down there at those levels. And I said that probably a few times last week, is just wait for it to come to you. And we got it today, and we got it, I think, a few days ago as well, right? So, that's things for you to consider, especially when you're in an uptrend. All right. So, all right, let's get over the bubbles real quick. Let's look at those. And you can see the only thing to move, well, in a green or positive direction is move. So move moved. Good job, move. You're up 13%. Everything else is getting smacked right now. But I think a lot of it's recovering. I have to go ahead and, look at some of them on the charts, but it's not looking pretty for a few of them. Gala's down almost 20%. Sand's down almost 20%. Bonk 15%. A lot of alts are getting hurt, but it's not surprising. Think about the gains that we've seen recently. Like, what goes up a lot of times in crypto must come down. And I'm not saying it's got to come all the way back down, but when you have those huge moves up, it gets very volatile. So that's why there's a lot of people that get, a little sketched out about. One of my lights is messing with me right now here. Let me see if I can fix that. A lot of people get sketched out when we have those huge moves to the upside. So it's definitely something for you guys to think about. All right, let's go over to the liquidation heat map. We talked a little bit about this. Here you go. You had some liquidity. All right, and what you saw was price action working its way down. All right, driving through this liquidity. But now what do you see? And I've talked about this a few times. You have an area of resistance or area of support in this case, and then you see this clear out. All right, let me actually share my screen here. Sorry about that. I've probably not been sharing it for a long time, and sorry about that. All right, so did you guys miss the bubbles too? You probably did. We'll go back to the bubbles just real quick so you can see them. Red, very red. There's move. There's your 13% mover. Everything else red. There you go. That summarizes that. All right, coming back down to the liquidation heat map, you can see trending down and right. All right, you had this liquidity. It got that, cleared out the liquidity. But now you're looking at, look how dark it is down here, right? So that's the opportunity to actually have a reversal. That's at least my thought process, that the price action will chase the liquidity. Once there's no more liquidity to be chased in the shorter time frame here, which is the 3-day, then it opens up the door for a reversal. That, in conjunction with an area of support, in my mind, opens up the opportunity for a trade. All right, so let's go over to Bitcoin and let's look at it. All right, so now we were talking about liquidity sitting around 95, 96K. Let me actually just double back down on that. So looking at it, it was really at about 96K. All right, so I misspoke on the first one. About 96K is where a lot of liquidity was sitting. Guess what? 96K right here. All right, this is why I love the liquidation heat map, and a lot of people are starting to talk about it now that didn't used to talk about it. Is right here is where liquidity is sitting. Hopefully you guys can see my mouse, because for whatever reason, my chart is not cooperating right now. I don't know what's going on. I can't actually open up trend line. Can I draw it at least? Won't even let me draw it. Whatever. You guys get the point here. 96K. Let's see. Oh, now that's going to just completely wreck everything. Wow, what is going on here? I'm going to reset the chart. This is weird. Well, for someone that's trying to do TA, this is definitely going to make it a little bit harder since I can't move the screen or anything. All right. Cool. All right, let's talk through this. Good thing is we already have the trend lines up. We've talked about them quite a bit here as of late, so we're good there. So this is the trend line I was talking about. All right, so we already found support off of it before. All right, now we found support off of it again today. See if I can go to the daily. At least that'll open it up a little bit. Andrea, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. Maybe you feel for me and my struggles right now. I don't know why this is not working. It's not even dragging. Alex O, man. Where I need you. Retro Mike Tech, what's up? Where's my IT advice? Let's see. Let me go ahead over the chat right now. Andrea, TradeFly question. When you look at exit on a 4-year cycle trade, DCA in, DCA out, what numbers do you look at? Example, do you set sells starting at all-time high, below, above? Dude, I can't even like your comment or anything. Interesting. All right, so hopefully you guys can hear me. So with the 4-year cycle, I take that into consideration from a macro perspective. I don't tie any of my trades necessarily around it. But it is something that I consider, right? When I'm considering what kind of trend we should be in. But a lot of my trading now at this point, like my DCA is not based on the 4-year cycle. My DCA is based on conviction. All right. So I believe in crypto at this point. I still think we have a long way to go. So as of right now, I'm kind of just riding out because the cycles at this point really play to my favor. When when it turns bearish and we start getting into a bear market and prices pull back, continue that DCA, right? I'm lowering my entry cost into the asset, mostly Bitcoin. So it's not really a huge thing for me at this point. But there's things that would kind of point to us still having, a big move in terms of we theoretically, if you're looking at the 4-year cycle, my understanding is that we still should have potential upside based on that time now. Problem is, we had a huge move before the halving, right? Based on the news, based on the ETF. And that caused, the price to go up really before we were expecting. Like if you're just a cycle person, like if you're just sticking to the cycle, then the move we had happened pre of when it should have happened in the cycle, if that makes sense. So that's why I don't get too tied to the cycles. Again, like I kind of watch them and that may help me in terms of flipping bullish or bearish. And it could line up to like, hey, like we're in a downtrend and the cycle is kind of pointing like, okay, we should be having theoretically a pullback or at least a cooling off. But again, it's not a major part of my analysis because you would miss a lot. Like if you were to go strictly by cycle, then you would have missed that big move going into the ETF for Bitcoin, right? Like that's why we like to incorporate news, some of the macroeconomics and things of that nature as well. But DCA in, DCA out, I'll tell you who is phenomenal with that and that really uses time and cycles, but not, I don't know as much of the 4-year cycle aspect of it, is Magic Internet Money. Magic Mike, that's his new name now, so let him know I said that. Magic Internet Money is really good at using time-based analysis, but I don't know if it always correlates to the 4-year cycle. I don't think that it does. He's really big on just like, hey, what are the yearlies, the weeklies, the monthlies, the time frames, what's happened within those, and how does that correlate to future price action? That's kind of my understanding of a lot of his trades that he does, and he does incorporate other things such as Wyckoff and some other aspects of analysis. But again, I'm not a huge 4-year cycle guy. Really, to be honest with you, it's just it's a piece of the pie for me, and that's kind of how I look at it. So hopefully that answers your question. I know it's probably not exactly what you're looking at, but I do look at all-time highs, right? So like when we get to an all-time high, I have a bias to taking a small short position, and that's just because I inevitably think that people are going to take profits when we get to an all-time high. It's a psychology thing. So I'm taking advantage of the psychology of the market, vice, me looking at cycles, me looking at news, me looking at the charts. It's just we're at all-time high. People are getting excited. That means people are going to take profits, right? So XRP, for instance, that went way up, right? XRP went through the freaking roof and people started hitting me up. They're like, well, what do you think? Like, should I invest in XRP? And it's at $2.60 or $2.70. And I was like, nah, like, I don't. Like, I think you should wait, let it cool off, consolidate, find some support, get some confirmation that price is going to hold up and people aren't going to dump it on your face, because I think people are going to take profits. People have been stuck in XRP for so long. It's crazy, right? Think about the pain that they've been through for 3-4 years dealing with everything with the SEC. And now they finally have that moment of like, there's probably quite a few people that are profitable. A large portion, I would say, are profitable now at this point for XRP. So like, again, it makes a lot of sense from a psychological aspect that people start taking profits. All right. Talked about that quite a bit. Let's scroll down here. See what you guys got. See. This is a 9 to 5 operation over here. Please call during normal business hours. Man, come on. I need you, Mike. I need you. Where you at? I don't know what's going on with the charts here. I can move my mouse around even when I reload it. Let me try just backing out altogether. Give me 1 second here. I don't have usually these kind of technical issues. Let's see. Here we go. All right, just so you guys know, I can't see the chat right now. So I'm gonna be chatless, but at least I got my chart back. There we go. So that's important. All right, just so I can't see the chat right now. So I'm blind. I'm blind on the chat. All right, so looking at this. This is the trend line I'm talking about right here. So we were kind of talking about that, but we were also talking about this channel here. That's two areas that I really would say keep an eye on. Okay, so this channel or this trend line right here was definitely something to keep an eye on, and we were looking at that during this last pullback, and it was really kind of right here. I was kind of messing with it, but it was about right there. We had that wick again, came through. We didn't even have a close underneath of it on this pullback. So again, that's opportunities, and that's when I say, hey, these are areas that you can look at, for potential scalp longs, intraday type trades as well, or even, if you think the trend is going to continue, if you think there's continuation there, then it's an opportunity to add to the bags, right? Because we've already seen 103,000. So, I mean, do the math on that. If we go back up to all-time high or in vicinity of that, you're looking at about an 8% move. Things you got to consider right now. So this is the 1 hour. Let's go to a 4 hour. Kind of look at that. Point of control, okay? This is what I don't like. We've got underneath of the point of control, all right? We've been here before, but right now it looks like we are trying to retest that area. So I would not take a long position here. If you caught the wick, great. If you didn't, it's not where I would take a long position based on where the point of control is, okay? You can see it was acting as support, and what you don't want to see is that it now acts as resistance. That would be no bueno. So keep an eye on that. But you are getting a squeeze right now. So it's really, we're getting to a decision point for Bitcoin price action, all right? You have the dynamic reactor. You have the trend line, all right? That's all acting as support. Then you have horizontal levels of resistance. You got the point of control, value area high. Now you're starting to downtrend here on a shorter time frame. Just looking at that right there, all right? So there's a little bit of a downtrend starting to happen. You don't like that. But still, you have this trend line that's working its way up. So you're getting a squeeze right now. So price is about to pop. We just don't know which way it's going to go. I would say looking at it on the 4 hour, I mean, coming down the oscillator, you do have a reversal. You did get a reset there. And you do have this overall trend line, which is on a larger time frame, showing me that there's pressure to the upside still. All right, so that gives me a little bit of bias to the upside, we'll say. But that, again, we have now this trend line that's creating a squeeze. So you could see some price action in here where, we start working our way up, squeezing, and then it's like decision time. We going up or are we going down? I'll say my bias is to stay with the trend, right? So my bias would say up based on the trend. But if we do break out, then you got to start looking like, okay, now if we get on the bottom side of the dynamic reactor, not a great thing. Where could we go? Well, this is when we start looking at this channel. All right, this channel comes back in play. That's what I would start looking at. So right around 91,300, 90,700, 800, somewhere in that area is a good opportunity to see some price action, to see a bounce. All right, so that's what I would be looking for, and we've talked about that quite a bit. So high side areas for you to look at. Well, one, you got point of control. All right, so you got to look at that. That's at 98.7. You can already see a little bit of rejection there. Value area high, that's about 99.7. Keep an eye on that. And then you have the top side, obviously around all-time high, which is around 103. Okay, so again, I'd say bias is still to the upside, but if we break down, then we start looking. So you got a couple things to look at if we break down too. All right, like let's go ahead and do a retracement. That's the low, that's the high. Interesting enough. when we wicked, we came down, didn't get a close underneath of the golden pocket, which kind of had confluence with the trend line, with the dynamic reactor. All right. So this is kind of the reason I like doing fib retracements. You can see we got some nice price action off of that area. Just add a confluence to this area. That would be a good opportunity, or would have been a good opportunity to take a long position. So there you go. But we do have the benefit of hindsight right now. But it's always important to go back and look at opportunities you may not have taken or you may have missed and be like, okay, the way that I do technical analysis, the way that I analyze the charts, did I miss an opportunity? Why did I miss that opportunity? Maybe you're at work. Maybe, you just weren't at the charts at that point in the day, and that's fine. But you want to go back and be like, hey, like this is something that I use as part of my analysis. And did it play out? And if it did, take note of that. I would say take a journal or keep a journal. I know most of you don't. But, take note of at least the mental note, right? And be like, okay, hey, this is like the 8th time that I've seen this golden pocket play out. And this is like the 8th time that I've seen this golden pocket play out in confluence with the dynamic reactor or a trend line, or some sort of support. Like, take a note of that so that next time you can take, an educated guess on, an opportunity there. So that's what I'll say there. So there's a couple things for you to look at on the Bitcoin chart. Let's go ahead, look at the daily, see if I see anything as we zoom out a little bit. I mean, again, you can see the squeeze happening with price action just based on that trend line. And really, it's trying to work its way up, but I mean, it looks, until it breaks out, until it breaks down from that trend line, man, I'm still going to be bullish. If it breaks down from that trend line, then we start talking about other things. Yeah, that's kind of where I stand right now for Bitcoin. Let's see. Let me get the chat back up here. This has been a fun experience. Piper's going to give me all kinds of smack talk later if he's not already in the chat talking that smack. Let me see. Funny, like seeing pictures within pictures. All right, I got the chat. I got the chat back. Let's do it. Let me scroll down. Username's probably having a field day with me too. Let's see. Going through the chat right now. Yep, there's Piper. I knew you'd be in there. There it is. I knew it. Talking smack. All right, cool. TradeFly is coming back. Yeah, that's right. Better stop talking all that smack while I'm gone. I'm going to call you after the show, Piper. All right, sweet. Let me see. Let's take a look. Let's go back to the daily Degen. Take a little look-see at that here. See how we're doing. Let's see. That's Bitcoin. Open. What happened? Did we get liquidated already? Oh, man. We did. JASMY. Poof. We lost $5. You guys are dead to me. Kidding. You know what? Andrea covered the cost tonight. You guys are off the hook. So, what do you guys think? You want to try again? Let me know in the chat. I'm down. We can try again. It'll be Andrea's pick. You put something in the chat. We'll make a play on it. Going through the chat, seeing what you guys got. All right, let's see here. What else you guys want to look at coin-wise? How about ADA? Oof. Dang, that came all the way down to $1. Well, there you go. We talked about this line in the sand right here. Psychological area of $1, man. So if you guys remember back 2021, $1 was like that spot for ADA. Let Let me see if I have the other chart that has more. There it is, the one on Coinbase. We'll get more out of that one. Go back. You can see I have a dollar marked on both charts. There you go. This is why I marked that area. All right, look at this. Support, 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 more support, more support, breakdown. All right, so you find that breakdown right there, that's telling you it's a significant area. Significant area at $1. Look at that. We wicked under it, did not close. At least on the weekly. See what we got on the daily. Nope. Maybe. No? Stuff for debate. All right, so $1, like that's a spot, and I think that's an opportunity here. If you guys think that the trend continues up and right, might be an opportunity there for Cardano, man. Honestly, you've already seen it's got a penchant to get up to 125 pretty easily. You see multiple hits of resistance in that area, and if you look at this, what was I saying here? I was saying wait for it to break, wait for the retest. Well, you got to break down. You got a rejection, okay? So that's why I say wait for this retest. I don't like to see you blindly go long right here, because you could have something like this. And now you have a better opportunity at $1. So if that's something you believe in, the door is wide open on Cardano. I'd be careful. Be careful. I mean, this part of the oscillator, this was telling you, this is screaming pullback here too. Look, price action's going up, RSI is going down, classic bearish divergence on the daily. So that's definitely pretty strong. That's something you got to keep in mind. But yeah, that's, again, you're at a nice little level. Let's see. Let's look at the fib retracement on that. There you go. That came to 382. So 382, that's your classic level of an uptrend, right? So if you come back to the 382 and an uptrend, that's kind of what you want to see. That's like that classic level comes back for a continuation up and right. So that could add to, you know, a little bit of a bullish sentiment from $1 for Cardano. But that is a quick one on Cardano. Let's see what else we got. Let's get rid of this thing. Remove. Look at XRP. XRP real quick. We haven't looked at that much. Goodness gracious. I got lines on top of lines. But same deal. So look at this. Didn't come all the way down to where I had an alert at about 196. Remember, we talked about this area. What was it? All right, this area right here. This was a horizontal level of support based on previous price action. Look at that. Look at that. Resistance right there at 196. And I bet if we continue to go back left on the charts. See more? Nope. It only goes back to 2018. So all good. But you can see right here, there was resistance. All right. So all I did was just draw a line across. And it had confluence. Confluence with the 382. All right. So did it come down to it perfectly? No, but it was pretty close. 196. It came down to what here? $2 even. So there's kind of your psychological number, right? $2 even. You got 382 horizontal level of support, and you got a little bounce. So there you go. Looking at XRP, don't like what I'm seeing in terms of the trend, right? This trend on a smaller time frame, let's go on a 4-hour just so it looks more clear to you. You can see lower high, lower low. Oh, there you go. More confluence so to add to support. This dynamic reactor, man, on the 4 hours, fire. It's crazy. All right, so again, added some confluence there, but I'd say be careful here. You know, it is starting to trend down and right into this area of support. So cool. I would probably wait. I would probably look for a second retest of this area and then look for the RSI to flip up. And you want to see that strength kind of building up and right with a second retest here. Probably what I would look for. Dynamic reactor will work its way up, kind of join with these levels. You got psychological number. But I think $2 is still a fair area to look at for XRP. So there you go. There's a level for XRP. In terms of here, let's draw a little trend off of this. See if we got any confluence. Draw a little trend here. That's more horizontal. You're actually really at a kind of a horizontal level of resistance. And this is actually, I think, the 236. So Yeah, that's the 236 on the fib retracement. I wouldn't pay too much attention to this, but you do have a horizontal level of resistance you got to work through. You got this trend line coming down. Going to add to a little bit of resistance. But if it pops, if you see a move through these two levels right here, then I think $2.60 is well within play for XRP. But you got to see it move through these two areas of resistance before I would feel comfy about saying it's going to move up to $2.60. But again, I think the play is right here. Hope for a little bit of a pullback. Look for a bounce, a little bit of price action in that area. All right. Dynamic reactor on the 3-hour on Bitcoin. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look. Am I missing anything else in chat, or are you guys doing your own thing? See some bingo bangos in there. Shout out, Joe. What's up, dude? All right. Let's look at... Go to the 3-hour from a man, Alex O. Okay. You're just saying it's adding support on the 3-hour. Yeah, I see that. Is that a little bit more accurate for you? Do you get I don't know, find it's using that as support and resistance a little more on the 3-hour? It's tighter. It's tighter to the price action. They want AERO. Okay. I can look at AERO. I haven't looked at AERO in a minute. Yeah, it is hitting it multiple times. I think the 3-hour and the 4-hour look pretty supportive there for Bitcoin in terms of the dynamic reactor. All right, AERO. We're on the 3-hour. Go to the 4-hour. My comfy zone, sorry. Not much difference in the dynamic reactor there. Looks like I've looked at this a while ago. Where was this? October. Back in October. Sweet. Man, that's a big move. Really, it just came up to the horizontal level here where you had your all-time high. At least this is on Coinbase. That's tough. I would say you're probably looking at a little pullback. Just it went up so fast. This is the same trend that you were seeing with a lot of the AI plays. I would say, I don't know if it was a few months ago, but they all kind of look like this. And there's a lot of coins that look like this. And I was like, you know what? Relax. Because a lot of them will give you an opportunity again. And so I don't know if the golden pocket's going to be that opportunity. But if I go back left on the chart and I look at, okay, there's a range, pretty big range of support, resistance here, support, resistance, obviously. Right here is resistance, here support. So that's why I have this pink line. This is just kind of a median. Okay, so this is not like an end-all be-all hard price of $1.35. But in this area, you're looking at it, and so where does it line up with? Well, it lines up with the 0.5. Not perfectly, but you do have confluence in this area. So a small gap. So that could be an opportunity. Because I got a bunch of fixed range volume profiles on it. I should actually put a fixed range here where it broke out. So from like here to here. Let's do that. Take this off 0.5. It's about 140, so it's still that, okay, that about remains the same. Go here. All right, you had a breakout here. We'll call it a breakout here. Just looking at that, I mean, you got the value area high. Again, so the value area high is not too far away from where you had the 0.5, right? Because I think it was at 1.41. You got the value area high, You got the 0.5 fib. You have a horizontal level of support and resistance. This is an area that I would look at. If you're interested in AERO, you missed this move up. This is an area that you look. You got confluence, right? And then the dynamic reaction on the daily, right? So on the daily, which is even stronger, is working its way up. So I would say this zone right around here between we'll say 148 and really about 135. I think that area is an area for you guys to keep an eye on. All right. So there you go. That's what I'm looking at for AERO. Right now, again, I'm of the same mindset. Like something that's pulled up or pushed up this hard is not something I would be interested in taking a long position. All right. I would just wait for a pullback. If it pulls back, great. If it doesn't pull back, that's cool too. Let me see here. And if you want me to do, I could do a fib extension. But I think this is played. If I'm just eyeballing it, I think this is pretty much played out. Let me see. We'll go. It's tough because let's go from this one. I'll go up to this second. Yeah, that's already played out. Because if you take any of these lower ones, it's just going to be lower. So yeah, that's already played out. Pretty well, actually, if you're looking at it. 2.25. I mean, that takes it to the top. So again, I mean, you could use this if you're thinking there could be some levels that it pulls back to. You can already see it found support there. You do see a little bit of resistance here at the 618. You could look at those levels, but that wouldn't be my game. I like swing trading for the most part. If I was really looking at taking a position on AERO, then I would say right around here, I'd be a lot more interested. Somewhere, we'll call it 150 to keep it round, and about 140, 150 to 140. All right, cool. Let's get back over to the chat. Let's see what you guys going on in here. BABYDOGE, I see that in there again for Jesse. All right, we'll take a look at BABYDOGE. I haven't done, I don't think any TA on BABYDOGE, so we'll take a look at that and then probably wrap it up kind of soon. Looking here. All right. Let's do it. BABYDOGE. BABYDOGE. I don't even think I have that in the list. Let's look that up. BABYDOGE. What exchange you want me to look at it on? Jesse, let me know. BABYDOGE. What would probably have a long... MEXC usually gets things pretty early. Cool, MEXC. Coinbase? All right, we can do Coinbase. BABYDOGE. Why am I not seeing Coinbase? All right. I'm not seeing it on Coinbase, and I'm not really going to search for it. But I do have it on MEXC. It should be pretty similar. All right. Let's take a look at it. And MEXC will probably have a longer history, to be honest with you. They usually get stuff pretty quick. All right, you got a bunch of zeros in there. That's always fun. Again, man, it's a rocket ship. Even if you were to do a fib extension, it's already played out. Already exceeded that, which would have took you up to this area of resistance right here. So there would have been confluence there and an argument to take profits there. At least I would have personally if I were in a position on BABYDOGE. But it sounds like you're still in it. You're riding this one to the moon, man. So honestly, like, you know, that could be an area that you could look at. So right here, which is now support, that green. Potential support. I'm not going to say it's support. Potential support. Looking there, yeah, there's definitely a couple areas where you see a resistance. And that's at a bunch of zeros, 4.8. So it could be an opportunity there to potentially add to some bags there. I'm going to set an alert there myself because I like to see what happens when it gets down to that level again. Did not actually make it up to the all-time high on MEXC at least, but it's working its way up. There's an opportunity there. I'll tell you if it pulls back. If you get a nice little retracement down to this level, at least let's go 4 hour. Wasn't too far off. Look at that. Move that up a little bit based on that wick. And look at the dynamic reactor, man. Just riding that puppy all the way up. Dynamic reactor's fire. So that's what you should keep an eye on. Even this, man. It didn't even, if you were to take a fib retracement, it didn't even pull really all the way back. That's just a perfect little bull flag there. Not even a flag, I guess a pennant. You got more of a symmetrical triangle. What am I talking about with that? Did not mean to do that. I'm just eyeballing it here, but what the heck? I'm having a day. I'm having a day. That is for sure. What is going on? I am totally clicking. That's so funny. I know what I'm doing. All right, that's user error. Not username, user error. All right, here we go. So that's what I'm talking about. Nice little bull pennant there. It's already played out the measure move. I can see it. So if you were to measure up and then take that, bring it out to the point here and measure it up, that's played out. So now we're forming kind of a bull flag, right? So flag is a little bit more droopy. All right, think about that. You're talking about bull pennants, bull flags. So now you're seeing more of a flag. I don't know, man. I mean, the thing that I don't like, if you're looking on the 4 hour, you do have some bearish divergence, but that's not surprising to see when you have a large move up for a token. Not something, again, we're kind of same point as some other ones. I'm not going to take a long position here on BABYDOGE, but right now it's showing strength and the trend is up and right. So until you see like an actual reversal here of the trend, right? You see something different, see it break out, maybe lose an area of support that, you know, especially like right now, like we're pulling back a little bit. If you lose this area of support and we fall back down into this area, like the trend right here, or not the trend, but the previous area of price action, then like you'd probably get a little bit more nervous about where we're headed with BABYDOGE. But again, I don't know, man. Like I wouldn't be against maybe adding your bags right here. But again, I'm not taking a long position based on where it's at right now. So looks good on the chart, but very, very overextended. A little hot. It's a little hot right now. So I'd be careful with that. Never a bad idea. You know, you get up here, you have this big move, take some profits, get up here, take some profits. And then, you know, that's a way, you know, Andrea asked a question about DCA in, DCA out, you know, lathering in and out of trades. This is a way you can do it. All right. So you catch this move, right? Let's say you're down here and you see this horizontal price action. You get in, you add to some bags here. And if you guys see this on the chart, you see this a lot where it sits down and consolidates for a long time and then it pops. You get that move up and then you get up to an area like this and you can potentially take out your initial investment. Then you move up again, right? You get the second move up and your own house money, right? At this point. And then you can start paying yourself, like take some profits. Like there's different strategies that you can take with this price action to, you know, like realize some gains, right? Pay yourself a little bit. Enjoy the fact that you hit large on BABYDOGE. I can only imagine what I'm about to measure right now. There it is. 132%. That is a great trade. That's phenomenal. And I'm guessing Jesse got in early. That's my guess because that's just based off this move. It's already made a move up. So, I mean, if he got in any earlier than this, it's unbelievable trade for him. So, cool. Quick look at BABYDOGE. Nothing too crazy, too technical. I wouldn't be surprised with a little bit of a pullback would be my, you know, zoomed out, you know, look at it. So, all right. 348% last time. You are a crazy man. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. Let's see. Enjoy the off-the-cuff unscripted TA. Yeah. I mean, if you guys like that, I can try doing some more of that. It's easier right now because I don't have FD, so I can just kind of take, you know, things that you guys want to look at. Usually, you know, I do Bitcoin. FD has something kind of already spooled up for you guys, and he's been doing great, man. He's been bringing you some really fire calls, to be honest with you. You go back and look at some of them. I mean, he was all over Doge. What else was there? What was he? I can't think of it right now. Popcat. He was all over Popcat as well. So he's definitely been making some great calls and calling out some great levels. I think he had a good call on Ethereum as well. He identified a nice little support level. So, you know, that's one of the things, like off the cuff sometimes like can get a little weird. You know, it's hard when I know that you guys are looking at this and you're expecting like, all right, well, let me bounce, you know, my analysis off of his analysis and what he's seeing. Definitely if I was looking at getting into a trade on some of these assets, what you're seeing right now is like a starting point. All right. So like if I'm looking at BABYDOGE and I'm like, hey, here's the level. I put an alert on that level, and that's kind of like my starting point. And then we go from there, you know, and that's when we'll really look at taking a trade. Cool. Make sure you have your chat set on live chat. Yes, it is on top chat right now. I can only imagine what I've missed. Right on. All right, guys. Well, I think we are about to wrap it up. Unfortunately, the Degen segment did get liquidated, but Andrea, if you're on tomorrow, I will let you pick the token, and then we will ride that one out for tomorrow. Okay. So thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't have FD. He was missed. It's lonely doing it all by myself, but it's all good. I appreciate you guys for being here. Much love to you. And we're going to get out of here for the night. You guys take care. Trade safe. Be safe. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. We're out of here.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you